Dear friends, God's grace is with us today. Amen. In a homily entitled The Eye of the Storm, Pastor Edmund Steinley tells about a time back in the 1950s when Hurricane Hazel swept through Pennsylvania and hit Philadelphia head-on. And unlike a lot of hurricanes that lose their force as they come inland, this one did not. It hit full bore upon Philadelphia. He says there were drenching rains, screaming winds, trees uprooted, branches and debris flying through the air, broken power lines crackling on the pavement. He says it was frightening. But then, all of a sudden, there was a let-up. Shortly, all was still. Not a leaf quivered. The sun even broke through ever so briefly to shine. It was the eye of the storm. All was calm. All was bright. And then, just as suddenly, it all broke loose again. Screaming winds, branches and trees crashing down, torrential rain. And he concludes with these words, "But it was a breathless moment when we experienced the eye of the storm." Christmas, I hope, can be something like that for all of us. That Christmas can be like the eye of the storm. Christmas does not take away the storms, does it? We are aware of the storms that are blowing around us in this world. And we are aware, probably most intimately, with those storms that blow within us. And so I hope that Christmas can be something like the eye of the storm for all of us. Today, some of you are facing your first Christmas without someone who was beloved to you. Your first Christmas. And for some of you, it may be further into the past, but when Christmas comes around, it feels pretty fresh, doesn't it? Feels pretty fresh. Today, some people are struggling over their health or the health of somebody that they love. Today, some people are trying to deal with relationships that have been bruised and strained. Today, some people are anxious. They're nervous. They're fearful. Today, some people are wrestling with mental illness and addiction. Today, some people are carrying the burden of being a caretaker for somebody else. So I pray that Christmas can be for all of us something like the eye of the storm. In the midst of winds and rain, uprooted trees, debris flying through the air, crackling power lines, there is an eye, as Pastor Steinley said. And that eye has a name. We are given it in the gospel for today. The name of the eye of the storm is Emmanuel. Matthew's gospel begins and ends with this promise. The promise at the very beginning. "And you shall name him Emmanuel," which means God is with us. In the very last words that Jesus speaks before he ascends back to God, he says, "And remember, I am with you always to the end of the age." Emmanuel is our eye. He is the eye of the storm. And so I pray that Christmas may be like that for you, that you may know Emmanuel, God is with you. Amen.